Rocks, Interactive Hip Hop and R&B. Brandy Garcia in the building with Miss KERI HILSON.
Miss KERI, baby.
That's right. Hey,
What's going on?
What's going on? Welcome to H-Town again. You were just recently here for, what was it, the Lil Wayne show?
Yeah, the tour.
Cool. So welcome back, welcome back. You got a big show with T.I. tonight.
Yes, ma'am.
Looking forward to it?
Yes, very much so.
Cool. Well, we've been waiting for you. We got a bunch of our lovely Vox listeners. Y'all make some noise. Some questions. So we'll go ahead and kick things off.
Okay.
We have our friend Tamika Jones over here who has a question for Miss KERI.
Okay, what's up, Tamika?
Hey, KERI, how are you today?
I'm great, thank you.
Okay, I have a question as a songwriter.
Okay.
I would like to know, if you don't really know anyone, how do you get your foot in the door?
You know, like songwriting and producing is like a synonymous relationship, and it depends on, you know, you just have to, just like any other business, you know what I mean? You have to be about your grind, you have to be about your hustle. Go where those that are in the place where you're trying to be, go where they go. Network.
But how do you get them to listen to you?
Well, you know, I always tell people, every producer needs a writer. And if you don't have a demo, it's very hard.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know at what point you are, so I'm just kind of answering this a little blind, but, you know, like, every producer needs a writer just as much as every writer needs a producer and someone that inspires your best work out of you. So yeah, it's pretty hard without a demo. I would get that cracking first. And, you know, if you beat on enough doors, be relentless. If you beat on enough doors and, you know, talk to enough people and network enough, then eventually one of those doors will open. And, you know, some people say, I've tried everything. Well, you haven't tried everything until something happens. So, you know,
yeah, because you've been trying
exhaust
for
all
how many
opportunity.
years? I was just reading the back of your album cover, and it said something about 12 years.
Yeah, my journey in this industry has been 12 years.
It's
8
a
of
long
those
time.
professionally, you know, songwriting professionally, and, you know, but the whole time being an artist was my first dream. And, you know, yeah. I had some success
finally got
as a songwriter. Yeah, finally releasing my album. I can't believe it. My first deal was at 14 years old.
Wow.
It feels great. It feels great.
Okay, cool. Well,
I'm
Miss
happy.
Tamika Jones.
So be relentless, Tamika. Be
I'm
relentless.
going to be so relentless.
Yes.
I took a hint to
Now-
Tamika Jones.
Yeah. Now there's a fine line between relentless in a good way and relentless in a annoying, that you don't want to be that person.
You gotta play it cool.
Yeah, you gotta play it cool, but you know what I'm
seen,
saying.
be around.
Yeah, be seen, be around, have your work, make sure your work speaks for you. Don't ever flood someone's inbox with like 20 joints. That's
50 million.
crazy.
Just pick that one.
That one or two, maybe 3 to show how well-rounded you are.
But how do you choose that one? I mean, because, you know, when you write something, it's your
opinions.
baby. So how do you choose which baby you're going to give to somebody?
Well, you know what? You have to get opinions because, yeah, we're all attached to everything we do, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
we wouldn't put it on a CD or let it leave the studio if we didn't love it. So, well, that's how you should be. If you don't love it, tuck it away. But get opinions on it, too, because sometimes the records where I didn't love them, but people love them.
And that's all that matters.
Yeah, and that's what matters.
So find the records.
Yeah, definitely get opinions.
Okay,
'Cause
so
you can't just trust your own.
Tamika, thank you. I'm gonna move from this Tamika to another Tamika.
Okay. Thank
Tamika
you,
Richard.
Tamika.
If you could come on around to the mic and you know, go ahead and ask Miss KERI your question.
Yeah. Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Great.
I'm Tamika Richard, and my question was, I'm sorry, I messed up already. What's going through your head when you're writing songs? And if you get stuck, what do you do? Do you get frustrated like myself? Because I get frustrated if I start writing and I can't think of the next thing to write, and I just throw the towel to the side and like, okay, I'll get there. I'll go back to it later, but I never do.
That's the best way. Oh, well, okay, you gotta get back to it at some point. But you know what does go through my head? First of all, it's always the key things to writing a song. It's always, I'm doing a checklist in my head. Is this repetitive? Is the melody simple enough that people would sing along, but different enough? You know, are my words, am I using too many cliches? That's another. You stick with one, or maybe one, and you know, kind of play around that. Just always have a central idea, because you don't want to be scattered and just, you know, use too many cliches and use too many concepts. Is this one concept that I'm doing? So I guess that's what goes through my head, and also all of that and nothing at all, because I feel like I write my best songs when I'm not concentrating on exactly what I'm doing.
Really?
Like, yeah. When I'm writing, sometimes
you gotta be relaxed. You gotta chill out.
You have to be relaxed. I light my candles. I turn the lights off, and you know, I make sure that I'm not too focused, because when you think too hard is when.
Yeah, and I think that's my problem.
Yeah.
I'll be sitting down writing, and then I'll be like, I wonder if they'll like this. And then
Girl, you're trying too hard. You need to
change your
relax.
environment.
Yeah, hang out with some of your homegirls. Like,
Pop the CD and
What do
drive
y'all
around
talk
the
about?
town or whatever. You know, you never know where it could hit you. But you know, keep it fresh on your mind, but don't think too hard about it. And always get back to it.
okay.
You want to get back to it.
Okay. And my next question is, what inspires you as a songwriter, and what advice would you give someone like myself that loves to write but get very frustrated and sometimes want to give up? Like, I have good ideas, great ideas, and I'll start writing a song, and then I can't remember, or like I said before, I'll get stuck. Like, where do I go from there? Because really, like you said, you wanted to be an artist first, and that's how I am, but I'm just trying to get my foot in the door first. So, and a couple of people that I'm working with tell me it's better for me to learn how to write my own things.
Yeah,
Which is
it does.
true when
It
you
does
make
help you
more
find your
money,
own
so,
voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was a good way of, you know, for me, it paid my bills while I was, and I wasn't waiting. I was still kind of pursuing the artist thing.
Yeah.
But okay, let me read that question again. 'Cause
Yeah, it was like three questions in
yeah.
one.
What inspires me? Okay, anything. Like if I ever do get stuck, I just I'll go watch a movie. I'll go out, like you said. I'll go sit
Go hang
down
with
with
your
my
girls and just
Yeah.
regular everyday life stuff.
Over
because
glass, over
that's what people like about that song. They can relate to it. Songs that are relatable, that's what people, you got to make that connection
Right.
with the average everyday listener. And that's what makes you successful as a
A lot
songwriter.
of people are going through the exact same
Yeah.
thing. There are so many frustrated women. So Turning Me On for me was like my ode to single women who got it hard out here, everywhere.
Okay, now I got to interrupt because you brought up Turning Me On, and while it's been very successful for you in the recent past, the remix has been very controversial. So I'm going to take a quick break. I want everyone to call in. Because I know, hey, you're in Houston. You know, there's rumors going around that you were getting that Beyonce. She's from Houston, and I know they have questions for you, Keri. So 713-390-5979. Keri Hilson in the building, y'all. It's 97.9 The Box.